Now this is the period where we can see the world exists, isn't it? This is one period. We can see existing world system everywhere, one period. But this existence never remains forever like this. Then changes take place. Then the second period is called deterioration. Deterioration, declining, start slowly. Not that there's someone who come and drop atom bomb at once and destroy everything. Take millions or billions of years, nobody knows. Going on declining. This is natural. Now scientifically can prove that it is true. You know, the existence of anything, whether life or plant or world or anything in this world, there are important scientific substance like electron, neutron, proton, this ton, that ton, tons of tons, and known, unknown things are working. But they have explained, especially these three, how they contribute to maintain, to condition, to destroy every existing world system, electron, neutron, proton. Today, scientists have discovered the proton is slowly started to fade away. When one particular, this is energy, started to decay, and the other, because atom depend on this, and then electron, they also, and just like four elements that which work together, when one item started to decay, create hell of a trouble in our physical body. We introduce them as elements, but the atom is the most important thing here. So, these destructions of the world system slowly already started. And this situation continue. Nobody in this world who can stop this. There is one particular discourse in Digha Nikaya called Mahasihanada Sutta. The lion's roar. Sihanada. Siha means lion. Nada means roar. Lion's roar. The Buddha's discourse. Very long one. There you can see how the Buddha has started. Now the present situation starts to decay and going down. Then the morals and ethics and spiritual development and religions and way of the man's mind and physically, mentally, everything started to decay, going down. Then the maximum lifespan at that time when you go up to the bottom, the 10 years. 10 years old person is a grandfather or grandmother at that time. This we can understand very clearly. 2,500 years ago, maximum lifespan, average lifespan 120. There were many disciples, ladies and monks and lay people who lived more than 120. There was one monk called Bakkula. He lived 160 years. And he never suffered from any sickness for the last 160 years. Only person, only monk. Once a year, he gets once this like that. Then all his sicknesses disappear. Then the many disciples, now I am going somewhere else, you have to bring me back. The other disciples came and asked, why this particular monk never gets sick? Then the Buddha has revealed the secret. Here the Buddha is important sometimes. Do you know this particular person, for so many, during his so many previous births, he has contributed a lot to cure sicknesses, provided medicine, ministered sick people. He went on doing this life after life for a long period. That is why he is healthy. He has revealed sick. Then the Buddha, he also revealed. You know, he had a very bad sickness, stomach complaint like diarrhea, dysentery, urging blood for nearly 9 months up to his death. He suffered a lot, severe pain, he is intolerable. Then he explained to his disciple, do you know why I am suffering from this sickness today? So he does not want to hide anything. He suffered from 12 kinds of sicknesses. Of course, some Mahayana scholars say the Buddha never suffered from any sicknesses. But they wanted to beautify, exaggerate and decorate the Buddha's body as a divine personality. But this is the truth, historical. Among the 12 kinds of sicknesses, he explained. He had a severe headache. Then he told, do you know why I had to suffer? During one of my previous births, one day when I was going somewhere, I saw somebody was fishing. I also went there. So this man who picked the fish and dropped, then this fish jumping, then I really enjoy how these fish jump and laugh and enjoy. I develop my happiness. I have given my moral support to the fisherman. And this is the effect of that. Understand? Don't encourage others when they slaughter. Close your eyes. Then, this one is a very interesting one. So once upon a time, I was a physician, Bodhisattvas, he said. A poor man who was suffering from a severe stomach complaint came to see this physician. He said, I have no money, nothing to offer. If you cure my sickness, what I can do, I will come and serve you for a certain period as your servant. Because I haven't got anything to pay. He said, okay. So he has prepared a very valuable medicine and completely cured this sickness. But that man was very ungrateful fellow. He never came. He did not come back. And the physician was very angry. He was not Buddha at that time. He was an ordinary man who developed certain good qualities. He was very angry. Then he asked somebody to go and tell him, do you know, although he feels very much better today, this can come back at any time. Ask him to come and take another medicine, otherwise that poor man get into trouble. Then again this man came and apologized. I'm very sorry, this time definitely I will come and do some service. And physician was very angry. He prepared another medicine to aggravate the sickness. Gave him to eat. After eating this one, that poor fellow had to suffer again. Today, as a Buddha, I am suffering from this due to that bad karma I have committed. So the Buddhas also not free from karma. You understand? Only thing that they never create new karma. Arahantas, Buddhas never create any good karma or bad karma. Then you can ask why they cannot create good karma, what harm is there? So what is the answer? They never create. Either all their karmas, actions become neutral. Throughout their life they do good things, but these good deeds never become good karma like ours. What is the cause of it? Can you tell me? We need good karma to have better rebirth, to gain our requisite very easily, to lead a comfortable, happy, prosperous life. That is why we need good karma. But those who have eradicated their craving for existence and pleasure and this and that cannot create karma because no more craving in their mind. Without creating craving in our mind, we cannot create either good karma or bad karma. Understand? Now we want to go to heaven. Then we do a lot of good karma. Yes, it works. But craving is behind. But they never crave for this. Having seen the situation, uncertainty, sufferings and difficulties, unsatisfactoriness in everything, they have completely stopped this. So they have nothing to do with their good karma. We need, because we have not stopped, we have not eradicated so many evil forces, defilements, mental impurities from our mind. Therefore rebirth takes place again and again and again. Therefore we need some pocket expenses. So karma supports us as requisite to maintain. But they have completed their journey. That is why they never create good karma. Bad karma, of course, no question. If no craving, no hatred, no illusion, no one can create bad karma. So the Buddhas and Arahantas never create any karma. All their karmas, actions become neutral. But still they are subject to their good and bad karmas that they have performed during their previous birth. Good karmas also. Again we divide karma into two groups. Can you tell me what are those two? Not good and bad. Divide into two groups. Here only good one. No. Not good and bad. No. Kriya means neutral. Divide into two, laukika, lokottara. Mundane karma and supramundane karma. Understand? Can you understand? Not yet. Mundane karma for laukika, attached to or bound to this world. And these are the karmas that we are accumulating by doing some good deeds to experience good result. Peaceful, happy, prosperous and wonderful life. All these karmas are called worldly karmas. Means to an end. After experiencing, evaporate. No. Then we have to accumulate some more. Again experience good result. No more. Again we have to accumulate. Now where is the end of it? How long can we continue this? And this is the uncertainty of our life. So the good karma that we accumulate to enjoy worldly life is not the final solution. Now you have learned the nature of worldly karmas. Then the other group is called Loka Uttara. Uttara means above. Loka, above this world. So in English, we introduce this as supramundane, or some people say supermundane, supramundane. This group also belong to karma. But to accumulate such good karmas, there is nothing for us to spend. There is nothing for us to do. Very easy. But to accumulate worldly karmas, we have to spend millions of dollars. We have to do so many things. But to accumulate the supramundane highest karma, there's nothing to spend, there's nothing for you to do. That is mental purity. When you start to reduce your craving, attachment, slowly, you are developing supramundane good karma. When you start to reduce your anger, jealousy, grudge and greed, so many evil forces, you develop supramundane good karma. When you start to reduce your stupidity, ignorance, illusions, delusions and all sorts of ideas from your mind, cleanse your mind, you develop supramundane good karma. Again when you develop your patience, your tolerance, you have nothing to spend. When people come and scold you, accuse you, blame you, beat you, you can develop some sort of patience and tolerance in your mind by cultivating kindness, compassion towards them. Supramundane karma, nothing to spend. So these are the highest karma, higher qualities. After that, they are not like worldly karma. We never drop again. We can develop and go higher and higher and higher and higher. Now we have learned Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, 3 stages for the attainment of Nirvana. Last one is Arahant. And those who have not attained Arahanta, the last stage of sainthood, after their death, what will happen to them? What is their fate? You have learned. Rebirth takes place in Suddhavas, the pure abode. There are 5 stages, Suddhavas, in Brahma, in one of those places. And they have eradicated 5 worldly bondages, fetters. 5 more remain. And those remainders, the fetters, they eradicate from there. Then attain Arahanta. After that, Nirvana. They never come down. So that means the development or the cultivations or the purification of the mind is called supramundane karma. Many people neglect actually the highest quality. They are clinging to this worldly because of their craving. Now all the other religions talk about heaven, must go and have eternal bliss, everlasting happiness forever, no old age, no death, no this, no that. So everybody likes because of craving. And they may appreciate the Buddhist concept of nirvana. Nirvana does not entertain your craving. So as long as you maintain this craving in your mind, you cannot appreciate nirvana. Now, so you have learned. Now let us come back to Bodhisattvas again. Lucky you could manage to come back today. So, just now I mentioned 3 qualities of Bodhisattvas. So, but still I did not say that, I started from a world system, right? We have to go back again further. So after existing in normal way, then slowly start to deteriorate, slowly, according degrees, going on decaying. It will take millions of years. Then the 3rd period, complete destruction. Destruction means dissolution, disintegration. And after all, what is this world? Elements and energies. The world or the universe or anything, whatever we take, when you define, only elements and energies. So, energies used as binding factor. When the energies dissolve, then the elements also disintegrate. Now let us take scientific interpretation. Albert Einstein is one of the best scientists. He says, when we analyze the whole universe, going on analyzing, go back to the elements and energies and again analyze, in the end, no world, no universe, and no living beings, but remains only vibration or waves. Scientific interpretation. See how they come closer to the Buddha's interpretation. Because many people cannot understand this because of their illusions in their mind. 3 characteristics in the Buddha's teaching. What are those 3? Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta. The Buddha says, if anyone can understand real nature of Anicca, Dukkha and Anatta, he can understand the whole teachings of the Buddha, not necessary to study anything else. Don't waste your time. Try to understand only these 3 things. All right. What is anicca? What does it mean? What do you mean by impermanent? Changes take place in anything that which exists, that's all. No one can stop it. Why these changes take place? Then we have to answer this question. Now when you see your photograph, which was taken about 20 to 30 years ago, and take another one today and compare. You can see how many changes have taken place within these 20 to 30 years. What is the cause of it? Can you tell me why? Why these changes take place? Yes, why decay? Yes, and this is, the physical body is nothing but the combinations of four elements and energies. And now it is a bundle. And this bundle never remains forever without changing. It is impossible. Why? Friction inside these four elements and energies. Always friction takes place, clashes. If no friction, no existence. Friction is the cause of existence. Visual or visible figure appear because of friction. Now this electricity, we can see this electricity because of friction. Otherwise we won't get it. When you take a torch light and speed it go round and round and round and round like this, you can see one big round light is in it. That motions create that vision. When you stop that, no big round. So this appearance of this physical body is the result of the friction amongst the elements and the energies. So you have to analyze, you have to think, to understand the Buddha's teaching. This is not something just to believe, that's all. Then you know how to appreciate. Scientists know how to appreciate this. So, changes take place, decay, deterioration take place because of this friction. Now, our teeth, our hair, our skin, our bones, why all these things decay? Why these things drop? The friction and the combinations of elements, degrees of the elements. Some have more heat energy, some others have more wind, some have more fluidity. Then this friction attack various places all over the body. Then decay starts earlier in certain cases. Why some young people get grey hair? Why young people get teeth decay earlier? Medical science cannot explain these things. To them there must be some bacteria, germs, or virus, or that's all. So when all these things started rapidly, changes take place. It is natural. Other religionists may come and tell you, do you know why you grow old? Why you have to suffer from sicknesses? Why you have to die? Because you have original sin. Because long, long ago, a man and woman ate an apple. Still that apple not digested in the stomach. So you are also suffering from that is called original sin. So to remove this original sin, we have to baptize you. See the technique they have adapted to baptize. Otherwise forever you have to die, forever decay, forever old age. You can stop all these things as long as we baptize you and send to heaven. You can vomit that apple and go to heaven. Many well-educated Christians also regard this as a cock and bull story. The shameful, they say, actually shameful to mention this childish way of interpretation. Now you can understand why old age, sicknesses, decay and death take place. So by praying to God or Buddha or Bodhisattvas or anybody, can you stop any of these things? All these are natural occurrences. Since Buddha has clarified, explained the nature of all these natural occurrences, his teaching is called Dharma, the nature. Now this is Dharma. When we say dukkha, what is dukkha? Dukkha is suffering. That is only one aspect of this world, not suffering. Two kinds of suffering, physically, mentally. Mental suffering is more dangerous than physical suffering, mental torture. Throughout our life, we had to experience fear. It is suffering. Uncertainty or suspicions in our life. Suffering. Anxieties about our future, about our marriage, about our income, about old age, anxieties, suffering. Then we worry for everything. Due to our stupidity also we worry. Lack of understanding, we worry. All these are suffering. When you won't get enough income, worry. Business failure, worry. Then we have to protect our property and money and everything, otherwise thieves come and take away, worry. If not fire, flood, earthquake, white tent, white tent. We have to protect all those things. Thieves come at any moment, take away our things. The Buddha says, Punyam chorehi duharam. Only thing that things cannot take away from you is your karma. The karma that you have deposited in your merit bank, no one can withdraw. You are the only one who can withdraw that. Another person cannot take. All the other things that you accumulate is uncertain. Now these are the worries. This is called dukkha. In everything, now you worry about your physical body. When you see you are getting old and old and old, and yeah, what a pity. Those days I was very handsome and now haggard. See how ugly I am now. Don't worry. Not only that, after that, yeah, what a pity, I have to die. I would die. Because I don't like to die. Worry. That is not the end of it. But again, another kind of worry appear in your mind. After my death, I may go to hell and not become a ghost. Another worry. See how many kinds of worries we have. That is the meaning of dukkha. Existence creates dukkha. These are the dukkha. How many kinds. Then we have got the chance to gain happiness. No accuse. No place for happiness. Look at those small children. How many years they have to suffer. It's a real mental torture, the system of education in this country. How many languages, how many subjects they have to learn day and night. Again, after coming back from the school, tuition. At that age, they must have enough time to play, run here and there, and that growing period. When you arrest all these things, they become very different type of human beings, not natural. Because our way of life, we have to adjust according to our age. Children need lot of play, jumping, running here and there. Then they become healthy, fresh mind. We arrest their feelings. We force them to go and study this competition. Why? Earning, money, income. Main purpose of education, income, earn money. Again, competition. Racial, religious, cultural, traditional, discrimination, differences, competition. All these are suffering. Then again you become teenagers. Then you are thinking of girlfriends and boyfriends. And this is another big problem. Another mental torture. Some people say, I don't know, nobody like me. Some boys say, I don't know why girls don't like us. Some girls say, nobody like us. Nothing wrong with this. This creates enormous worries in their life. All right, they could manage to catch somebody. Get married, thinking they can enjoy their life. After 1 or 2 years' time, then the trouble starts. Fighting, quarreling, arguing, and beating each other, then divorce, running away, and come and we never knew this marriage is like this, a horrible life. We have to suffer day and night. When you are alone, there is no such suffering. Marriage is such a horrible thing, they complain. And some others, come and say, married so many years ago, but no issues, no children. Don't know why, can you please pray for me? Like to have children. Worry. Again some others say, we got so many children, all are girls, not in one boy. Can you please pray? To have a boy. Just now I got a telephone call from a young lady. He said, I have given birth to 3 boys, no girls. Last one actually I wanted to have a girl, but this fellow was a boy. Just now asked me to pray for her, to get another one, girl. When you analyze all these things, you can understand. Then again, you bring up your children, educate them, spend them, train them. Those fellows become very nasty, very ungrateful, very mischievous fellows. Then you worry again. Again, they go and join with bad companions. If not go out and marry from another race, another religion, another group, then again you worry. After that, assume they are doing very well. Completely neglect you. Never attend to you, never look after you. Then you go to old folks' home. There you cry and curse them. So we have spent so much for them. They enjoy their life and we are suffering here. We have so many children. Why do they treat us like this? Then where is the happiness in their life? Among thousands, how many families can you find who can experience contentment in their life from the beginning? Now you can understand why the Buddha says existence creates suffering. Again inside. Elements and energies fight. You can hear the noise also sometimes inside, goro noise. Fight. So they are fighting. Elements and energies cannot agree with each other, they attack. Then we have to suffer there. Sicknesses arise because of that. Various kinds of sicknesses. Then, mind and body, these two fellows also fight. When the body needs something, mind rejects. When mind needs something, the body rejects. Because the body doesn't work. But mind wants it. So the mind and body cannot act. Again, suffering. Then the mind itself fights with the mind. I told you we have 4 mental faculties. These 4 faculties fight with each other again. One thought appears in the mind. After that, another thought appears, contradictory. Now these conflicts, friction takes place. Now you cannot decide what to do. Suffering. Then you are going on thinking what to do and thinking what to do actually. Suffering. Mind and mind fight. Here body and body fight. Mind and mind fight. Then external. How many things are there? Heat create lot of suffering. Wind creates so many kinds of sicknesses and suffering. Rain creates suffering. Then so many other external cosmic energies. Planetary system. Sun and the moons and Jupiter and Saturn and all those planets influence this earth. Then change the environment, situations, everything on this earth. And affected our brain, our blood, our physical body, our way of life, planetary system. It is scientific. No one can deny this. Now we can see only 2 things, sun and the moon, how these 2 things influence us. Sun, nothing to explain. Moon, very clear. Why some people talk rubbish on full moon days? Lunatic. Lunar means moon. Moon influence the fluidity on this earth. High tide, low tide, during that period. Moon is responsible for that. Then the fluidity in the brain influenced by the moon, mental imbalance, that's why they talk rubbish. Then many sicknesses, asthma, bronchitis, certain arthritis, aggravated during the full moon days, because moon influences the fluid. All these are scientific. Now I can understand why the Buddha has advised us to spend our time on full moon days, especially on full moon day, relax, without working, without worrying, relax. Easiest way to relax is religion. Observe precept or meditation. If not, relax and read some religious book. Don't create anything that will create excitement. This influences your blood circulation and the fluid in your brain. Create sicknesses. Again, those who have developed their mind very easily can gain some sort of realization. That is why the Buddha gained his enlightenment on a full moon day. Because the moon influenced the brain. All these things are natural. Now I cannot come back. Don't know where I am. Can you bring me back? Huh? That's right. Anicca dukkha, that's right. Again come back. Now I explained already why impermanent, why changes take place, why suffering takes place. Even without depending on religion, living example. What is anatta? This is the biggest problem in this world. Forever people argue. to tell us that there is some sort of permanent entity, substance, to remain forever without changing after our death. Every religion very strongly believes that there must be something because of their craving. And they say this has come down from heaven, given by the God. Some others say this transmigrate from life after life. One day the God take back. One religion says. Some other religion says no. But created this only for one life. Only for one life. After that, the God either kick it to go to hell or take back to heaven. And that is everlasting. Either spirit or soul or self or whatever it may be, they have different words. Our misconception, misunderstanding, because they have not learned how to analyze the consciousness. So all the substance that exists in the consciousness, they have transformed and introduced as soul. Now this is the one that goes up and down. So the belief that they maintain that there is a permanent entity that which remain either here or heaven or hell, rejected by the Buddha. That is called anatta. Again we can refer to scientific analysis. So psychologist, scientist explain and analyze everything, life and the world and the matters or element. In the end there is nothing to remain as one particular substance. So the combinations of all these things again create the formations in different forms. These are called three characteristics. So if you can understand these three, that is more than enough for us to understand. What is life, what is world, then we can understand it. Alright. Then, second period, decay. Then, third period, complete destruction. No more world. But we are not talking about the whole universe. Remember, this is the nature of one particular world. Now we regard this as a world, this globe. Now we are talking only about this. But all the other existing world systems are also subject to the same universal law of anicca, dukkha, anatta. They also face the same fate. No more world. Disappear. This one completely disappear. The other day also I have told you, then during that period, all those living beings who exist, even the tiniest creature, if there is life, existence or rebirth take place in various other world systems where there are living beings according to their own karmas. But not in this particular world, because this one is no more. So we never disappear. So this darkness, this area remain for a long period. Then another period, last time. All those disperse particles, energies, molecules, magnetic energies. There are so many known and unknown things. The existence of the world disappear, but these energies still function, remain. Then later, all those dispersed particles, due to their magnetic power, started to accumulate. Going on accumulating for don't know how many millions of years. Then the formation takes place again. 4 periods. This is the nature of every world system that which exists. So those who believe that God created this at once, God destroyed this at once, the small children's language, in simple. This is the nature. Then formation has taken place. Take long period. When you refer to H.G. Wells, a well-known historian, he was not a Buddhist. What he has said, he says, we were taught, according to our religion, that this world was created within 1 week. It's about 6,000 to 7,000 years ago. But when you study biology, very clearly we can understand it has taken millions of years for this earth to settle down, cool down. Therefore, how can we believe that this world was created by someone within 1 week? See how narrow. That's what Bertrand Russell, that nasty old man who attacked every religion, he says in his book, he says, amongst the founders of all those religions in this world, I respect only one man. Only one man. He is the Buddha. He attacked every religion. Then he has given the reason why. He says, all the others made some false statement about the beginning of this world. That this world was created by so-and-so at such and such time. Buddha is the only one who now uttered even one word to tell us this world was created by anybody or such and such time. That means he knew what this world is. But all the others who made statement about the beginning, they knew their knowledge, he used this word. It shows the poverty of their imagination. He used this wording. The poverty of their imagination about the world. Now what are they doing? They twisting, changing, withdrawing, adjusting, everything what they have recorded in their holy book earlier. Because scientists have disputed everything. Now you can understand why more and more people in the West learn to appreciate the Buddha's teaching. So, on the formation, environment, everything is ready. But there is nobody. World is ready, but there is nobody. Now I am going to talk to you how and when the life was originated in this world and who created this life. All the others say God created, that's all. Adam and Eve, that's all. After that creation, he created forbidden tree also. He advised them not to eat, but he tolerated. When they eat, he did not stop. that we cannot understand why he could not stop it. He said devil influence. Now this is another important point here. Similar story you can find in the Buddha stage. When two figures, at the beginning they were not human beings. They come down from Brahma world, not created by anybody. They come down from the Brahma world. When they come down to this world, they had no sex. Brahmas have no sex. But after developing their mental impurities, defilements, craving and so many things, and the sex formation also started. Male and female sex formation started from there. When they appear at the beginning, no sex. Then, but others say first, God created only man, isn't it? Only man. And later, he felt the man feel loneliness. Poor man is alone. They had pity on him. Then by taking one rib from here, and he created woman. So this rib is crooked. If woman is crooked, man is responsible for that. Because that is man's crooked rib. So, the Buddha says in Advaita Sutra, these two are the Brahmas. After eating the cream, wonderful taste, they develop their craving. But those Brahmas in Brahma world do not take any solid food for their living. Piti bhakha bhavissama deva abhassarayata. Abhassara Brahmaloka. The name of that Brahma world, Abhassara. Among 16, there are 16 altogether. So this particular Brahma world is called Abhassara. Devas or Brahmas in Abhassara never take any solid food for their living. Piti bhakha bhavissama. Their food is their happiness. The happiness sustains their life. So their physical body is not like our physical body. So here, first time they have taken this durian ice cream. Tasted, oh wonderful, developed craving. They had it. So they have lost the supernatural power that they had to fly like bird, to go back to their Brahma world. Because of the development of craving in the mind, they have lost it. See the difference now. Other religions says, devil influenced them to, or devil created temptation for them to eat that fruit. Buddhism says, craving influenced and polluted the mind. See the difference now. Devil means this craving. But they interpret it as devil. Because they cannot understand the nature of craving. When they were in the Brahma world, they have not developed this craving, completely reduced, but not 100%. Therefore, very easily again influence their mind to implant, to develop this craving in the mind. If they are arhantas, if they have completely eradicated their craving, no one can create craving in their mind. So the Brahmas have subdued, reduced 95% of their craving. again can influence. Then started to develop all the other mental defilement, jealousy, anger, and all the evil forces in the mind. Then they increase. Now male and female, two figures, started to increase population. Then the other living beings, people can ask, then what about the other living beings? Of course, the other religions say God created them. Snakes and all the other living beings also created by God. So we cannot understand why God created mosquitoes. For what purpose? Is there any purpose? All these living beings come into existence. I told you, every living being that existed in this world never disappear completely. Again I told you, 4 modes of birth, how birth take place in 4 ways. Andaja, Jalabaja, Sansejaja, Upapatika. 2 groups, without father and mother, spontaneous, suddenly appeared in the environment when the situations are favorable in many planets. And the other one is the moisture and so many other things combined together produce. No father, no mother at the beginning. The 2 group, one born and egg born, must have father and mother. So all those living beings again existed like this, like ants and white ants and worms and all these living beings. Moisture and environment. Now let us go back to anthropology. What Charles Darwin says. He does not know anything about the world cycle. He directly talks about the life. He says, first life was originated in the water, amoeba, 1 cell, living being. Then after that developed more and more cells. Then the development of cells started to change different shape. That is called evolution. Evolving. Started from amoeba, a living being which originated in the water. Then went on developing. This is evolution. And today we stand as human beings today with human brain. This is the evolution. So he goes against this creation. To him, or to anthropology, there is no creation by anybody. This is the gradual development. So all the other religions had a big fight, because this is a big blow to their theory of creation. So they had a losing battle for a long period, but in the end they found out this evolution is accepted by intellectuals all over the world. So they had to surrender. In 1950, they announced, those who like to accept theory of evolution can do so. That means they know if they go against this, there won't be any future for their religion. That is how they go on, surrender, one after the other. It's still going on. Even last night also we discussed how they are going. The cremation of dead body also, they say cannot, it's strictly prohibited. Now they surrender. They say, now you can do. That means at the beginning, no truth, no reality, dependent on primitive man's imagination, recorded in the holy book as truth or given by God. Definitely they have to face a lot of problems and difficulties. And scientific discovery they have done without depending on any religion. If they had to depend on religion, they cannot discover anything in this world. Because they cannot use their free mind. So don't depend on religion to understand all these things. Modern science, anthropology, biology, chemistry, geology, and astronomy can give better information according to their observations, experiments. But religions give information according to their mythology, imagination, tradition, or primitive man's way of thinking, what they have recorded in their holy book. Now they are going on changing. So, Charles Darwin has seen only one-way traffic. Development of the elemental sides. Understand? But he was in the dark about the development of the mental process. He doesn't know anything about this. The Buddha has pointed out how these two work together. Development of the elements and the development of the mental process. Then the different shapes take place as evolution, not according to the environment alone, but the mental attitude also responsible for that. So changes take place in our life according to our mental attitude. Rebirth also takes place in the next life according to our mental attitude. He had no idea about rebirth. He take only link, elemental link only. But the mental process is more responsible for all these changes. So the anthropology is only one side. The Buddha has given the picture of both sides. And what he said about changing, everything is changeable. Nothing is permanent. That is theory of evolution. Everything is going on, evolving, changing. That is the Buddha's teaching. That is theory of evolution. I started to talk about Bodhisattvas. I don't know where the Bodhisattvas are. In the end, the whole world system comes to a head. It goes one big round. Anyway, there are many things for you to do. I have mentioned many things that I discussed just now in What Buddhists Believe in this book. Yes. Yeah. Legend. So, very clever. I should not say he is right, but he knows how to think. When you read that book written by Francis Story, a British Buddhist scholar, Buddhist Outlook, in his book he says, this is an illustration. You understand? That those two Brahmas who have come down from Brahma world and settled down here is an illustration. for people to understand things easily. This is the nature of religious stories. And this is a mythology that people maintain in India, because to them there must be a Brahma at the beginning. Everything started from Brahma, Hindu or Indian mythology. So the Buddhists have narrated this story, illustrated in this way, for people to understand this easily. I did not want to go into more detail because this can create confusion in your mind. Since he has pointed out, I have to reveal the secret. Actually, what has happened? When everything is ready on this earth, environments and the water and the heat, energy, everything, for life to happen. And then those who are living in heaven and Brahma world and other world system, who had developed their attachment when they were here in this world, that attachment and craving their consciousness absorbed again into this. And then spontaneous, without father, without mother, a spontaneous life originated. Because when we straightaway explain, in this way people cannot understand. That is an illustration. Yes. Do you like to see that video that we had a dialogue on Theravada and Mahayana Buddhism? Mandarin and English both. So one night we will arrange a very long dialogue. So I have explained Theravada concept, rather than kindling in Mahayana aspect, then interpretation both sides, into English, into Chinese. So if you like, tonight itself we can arrange. I think Dhammasiri can arrange. He is the master of ceremony. There are many things to clarify, to forget the differences, how far we can get together, work together, and many things we have discussed. Okay? Tonight, yeah. Everything. Record only bricks. Only bricks and pieces of images and ruins of certain buildings, that's all. That is why, wait, sit down. 224 years after the Buddha's passing away, during Emperor Asoka's time, Reverend Mahinda, Asoka's son, introduced Buddhism to Sri Lanka. And there are Arahantas, so many. First time in the history, the basic teachings of the Buddha recorded in the same language, the Pali language, 80 years before Christ, still remain. Repeat, original teaching in the same language. Then, Buddhism was introduced to China, started in the 4th century, from Fashion, Yunshen, Nixing, and so many Shingon came from China. They have taken enormous trouble to collect all the materials, then started to translate. But they have collected only Sanskrit script, but not the Pali. They had a lot of problems, the Chinese language and the Sanskrit language, no connection whatsoever, entirely two different languages. Then 3 scholars, Indian scholars, went to China. Bodhisattvas, Kumarji, Kasyapa Matanga, another one I forgot the name, four of them. They studied Chinese language. And they helped those Chinese scholars to translate the original text into Chinese. Then another group introduced Buddhism to Tibet, started by Attisara Dipankara Sri Jnana. At the old age, he had the courage and energy to climb the hills and rocks and jungle from India to reach Tibet. Such a terrible journey with few people. There is a nice story. This Attisara Dipankara, when he went to Tibet, he has taken with him a cook also, because he liked Indian food. And this cook is a real food. He never does things by using his common sense or by taking instructions or guidance from the master. When the master asks him to do something, he does something else. Then Tibetans told him, why do you want to keep this man? Send him back. He never does things according to your instruction. Send him back. Then Dipankara Sri Jnana said, I am keeping this man for one purpose. If I send him back, I lose that. What is that? To practice my patience. When he does everything against my wish, that is the golden opportunity for me to practice tolerance and patience. And there is no chance. See their virtues and the qualities. They are great people. So, they have translated into Tibetan language. In India, they are completely lost. And today, scholars are studied what they have translated into Tibetan and Chinese. And the other one in Sri Lanka, no problem, because they use the same language. Because Sri Lanka is related to India, same culture, same tradition, same way of life, and the language also, just like Hokkien and Cantonese and Mandarin, is in the same origin. So easily they have done. So in India, they have come. Now India had to go to Sri Lanka or China or Tibet to bring that Buddhism to India.